With the election imminent and millions of people still undecided, party candidates are chasing every vote they can get. For smaller parties like Mrs. Merkel's coalition partners, the Free Democrats, who are struggling to cross the 5% threshold for parliament, it's a question of survival.
Many people are not very political in Germany. And if I ask you what are you going to eat on Sunday in 2 weeks, you will tell me, just ask me in 2 weeks.
Many Germans have turned their backs on politics altogether. Non-voters are thought to number 30% of the electorate, and they're increasingly vocal,
Die Programme sind die gleichen, wählen ist sinnlos.
with organised campaigns to encourage others not to vote. The plan, according to one prominent non-voter, is to cripple the system by staying away from the polls and start all over again.
For me, going to vote does not mean that I'm participating. I do not believe in the power of the ballot box, and I want to solve this problem differently. I want us to have a discussion about the fundamental nature of democracy.
It seems an idealistic approach in a country where federal elections are expected to see turnout of 70%, but in Germany that's relatively low.
If we only have a 70% turnout, so 30% of those eligible to vote do not vote, then that is going to lead to a discussion about whether democracy is threatened.
In Germany, the main parties on the left and the right look increasingly similar, where their policies overlap in the centre. From here, it can be difficult to tell them apart, which is why many have chosen not to vote at all. The danger, of course, comes when marginalised groups turn to fringe parties with extreme ideas, which may in part explain the sudden surge in support for a new anti-Euro party ahead of these elections. Parties like Alternative for Germany won't be influencing policy just yet, but it's a trend not to be ignored. Jonah, Al Jazeera, Berlin.